Today we're going to be talking about the ladder of trust, why some of your relationships might be deteriorating, including your relationship with money, but also other relationships in your life, romantic relationships, friendships, any kind of relationship. So number one, there are a lot of different ladders of trust. So we're going to start out with the first one, which is trust, loyalty, advocacy. Now, if you have trust, you tend to become more loyal, and then you're an advocate. So just think about a product that you like. First, you started out by trying it. You were being vulnerable and being open. Then you decided that you liked it, and then you really got committed to that product, whatever that product is. Maybe it's a certain brand of essential oil, maybe it is laundry detergent, maybe it's a certain shampoo that you use, but there's some type of a product that you have that you've developed a certain level of trust with. Now, after you've developed trust with something, you start purchasing it more and more, and it becomes something that's more regular, and that becomes loyalty. Now, you're a loyal customer. After a certain amount of time, you begin telling someone about that product. So perhaps someone on Facebook says, hey, I need a new shampoo. What do you use? And you are happy to suggest the shampoo that you use, or the essential oil that you use, or the type of car you drive, or whatever it is, because you have a firm belief in, and you're an advocate for now, that product. Well, that happens with relationships too. But this is where we go wrong. So when we first get to know someone, so in that knowing area, there's also certain rungs within that. So there's getting to know someone, sharing something very topical, seeing how they react, sort of feeling out how they feel about life, and deciding, do they feel the same way that you do about some of the bigger issues in life, the bigger struggles in life, and the bigger celebrations in life? Are they on the same page? Do they share the same values? And this is also where we learn, do they seem to be someone that follows up with promises? Do they seem generally happy, generally positive? Is this someone that you feel will raise you up in life? Now, once we get to know them, the next big rung is liking someone. Now just take that and make it its own ladder. In liking someone, we feel like there's a win-win. We feel like they're pretty much on the same page with us. We might have some minor differences, but we accept those differences because we're not heavily intimate with them, because they're more of an acquaintance type of a friend, or even a good friend, but we have enough of a distance between ourselves and them that we're not losing ourselves in any identity. The sharing becomes more personal, but we're still feeling out how much we can share, how much is comfortable. And they're also sharing with us, hopefully, in the same space. And that's important. So remember what I just said there, that they're sharing with us in the same space, on the same level. So earlier we had basic trust, we had loyalty and advocacy. Now we are in knowing, liking, and trust. This level of trust is much more intimate. This might be where you have a romantic partner and you're depending on them. It's a win-win situation, just like the liking or the friendship, but this is a little bit different because this is where you expect them to sometimes prioritize your needs above their own. This is also where you're sharing more important truths. This is where you are bearing your soul and you hope to be accepted for all of that. Now, this is where problems arise. A lot of us, especially women, especially if you're empath, tend to feel more, and we do a lot of assuming. And this is where a lot of people get in trouble. Are you ready? A lot of times, if you feel that you are empath, if you feel that you really know people really well, you might start making assumptions. And so, for instance, you might have a conversation with someone and feel like you really know them and start really expressing a lot more about your personal life. You might not realize it, but you're turning them off. And later on, you might think, I don't understand what happened. We had a great conversation. Why aren't they calling me? Why aren't they connecting with me? And it's because you weren't on the same rungs. They were still on the getting to know you rung, kind of feeling you out rung, deciding if they even want to be a part of your life. And you were already on the intimacy rung. And that was just too much for them. So in almost every problem that you have in any relationship in your life is going to deal with people are not on the same rung. If you get a paycheck, and let's just say that your paycheck is $1,000, and you have certain bills that you need to pay, they are actually on your intimacy rung. Maybe a couple of them are smaller bills, $13, $25 that you just keep putting off. Maybe you even have a couple of late payments in there, and the late payments are actually more than the bill itself. Or maybe you have a minimum payment on a credit card that you could be paying off with that money. Well, you're in charge of what you do with that money, but whoever's in charge of that debt is in charge of what they do with that debt. So if you choose to not pay any of your bills, if you choose to ignore, if you accept that you're going to ignore and get a late payment, and you have this $1,000 sitting in your hands, you and your debts are on a very different rung. So you need to start getting more personal with your debts. You can't act like they're just an acquaintance. They are intimate with you. Let's talk about relationships. Whether you are cohabitating or in a marriage, let's take a look at what this looks like in a marriage or in a cohabitating situation, a partnership, any relationship that's intimate, any relationship that is intimate and romantic, or supposed to be romantic. Okay, so you keep saying to them, I want you to pay attention to me more. I want you to have conversations with me. I want us to be intimate. I want you to promise to go to therapy. I want you to promise to do this or that. And they're telling you, yes, I will do those things. And they keep letting you down. Or they're really passive aggressive, or they're pushing you away emotionally, but then telling you that they love you. And you're feeling like you don't know what rung you're on. You want to be at that top rung where it's intimate, but you feel like you're at this bottom rung where you don't really trust them. You feel like you're walking on eggshells and you're trying to get to know them. You're trying to get to know what their next move is going to be. You might see all of this potential within them. I get it. But the reality is don't listen to what they say. Look at what they do. People's behaviors will tell you much more than what they say. Anyone can make a promise, but it's only certain people that follow through with that promise, and there's only certain people that are going to actually put you first. Anybody can say that they love you. Anyone can give you a gift. Anyone can love bomb you. Anyone can put you on a pedestal just to drop you down, but it's the person who you begin to have deeper and deeper trust with and deeper intimacy with that is actually also on the same rung as you and forging a relationship. The person who continues to let you down or abuses your income or abuses your time, abuses your friendship in any way, shape, or form is taking advantage of your love, it's taking advantage of any part of you, is actually pushing you off the ladder, and you're falling and you're getting back up and you're trying to climb. And they're probably not very high up on the ladder, but they're not even letting you get to the ladder. But what they're doing is they're literally pushing you off the ladder. They're at the very bottom of the ladder. Every now and then they make you feel like you're on that ladder together, and it feels safe and it feels secure until they knock you down. You fall off the ladder. You might cry, you might feel shame, you might feel blame, you might feel like you can't do this anymore. And then as soon as you pull away a little bit and you say, I don't want to be on that ladder anymore, they say and do things to make you feel like you're going to be at that top of the ladder with them. And being at the top of a ladder, being in that intimacy, in that win-win situation feels really good. Just like if you go shopping and you have that extra $1,000 in your pocket, you think, or in your purse, you feel like buying a certain type of thing is going to make you feel good in that moment, and it's going to make you feel like you're at the top of that ladder. That thing, that external, is going to make you feel fulfilled. It's going to make you feel like you're successful. But really what it's doing is it's sabotaging you. So any relationship that you have, start thinking about ladders with products and things that you purchase. Is this something that you would gladly advocate for? Look at the things that you use every single day. Are you using them because they're economical and cheap, or are you using them because they're really good for you? Are you truly loyal and an advocate to the products that you're using? The people in your life, are they really helping you to stay up on that ladder where you feel loved and you feel secure and you are respected? If not, they're not the person for you. And financially, if you're pushing away your bills, if you're pushing away your responsibilities, even with health, if you're pushing away eating healthy or exercising, you're pushing away self-love and self-value, especially with money. So think about that ladder when you have a little extra money, whether it's a gift or it's a paycheck. Even if it's not extra money, if it's money that you have, what would best serve you and what would show that you value yourself and you value your own trust in yourself. If you do not even stay on your own ladder and try to start paying off some of your bills, you are proving to yourself that you don't trust yourself. And the more you lose trust in yourself, the more you're going to attract other people that you can't trust either. If you can't trust yourself, who can you trust? Try to pay off some of your bills. Insist on respect. Be with people who raise you up and be empowered. Listen, Focusing on that ladder of trust is going to help you raise yourself up, and it's going to be a very big clue when something or someone is trying to bring you down. Comment below. And also, if you want to go a little higher on the ladder with me, I have a membership group right here on YouTube. So right next to the subscribe button, subscribe please, but also hit the join button, and you are going to see 3 different very economical ways that we can get more connected. And I have another video for you. Thank you so much for your time. Your time is very important to me, and I feel honored that we were able to spend this time together. Comment below. I would love to hear what you have to say about your ladder of trust and what you have felt when someone has let you down.